Hello. Time for another Everything's Fine Today, a little daily dose of good news to lighten your mood. If you've been following the news from the Amazon, then you might think that the rainforest is one big argument. There's people who want to protect it, and there's people who'd quite like to turn it into money. Deforestation, illegal logging, land grabbing, political pressure. It's not the most reassuring story. But we've been following the news pretty closely over the past year, and we found quite a few bits of good news. And they all follow basically the same pattern, which is just leave it alone and it'll recover just fine. So, with that in mind, let me tell you about the Kawahaiva. They're an uncontacted indigenous people living in the Brazilian Amazon whose territory's been under threat from land grabbers and illegal loggers for decades. Their presence on the land was confirmed 27 years ago, but campaigners have spent years fighting to get their territory formally recognised and protected. And now, finally, there's been a huge step forward. The Brazilian government has completed the physical demarcation of the Rio Pardo Cohávia, if I'm saying that right, territory, marking out around 410,000 hectares of rainforest as land belonging to the Kawahaiva. So that's roughly 1 million acres. So if you do have a particularly large keep out sign kicking about, we've got a use for it. There's still one final piece before the territory becomes officially recognised. The Brazilian president needs to sign it off, and campaigners are also warning that drawing a line on a map clearly isn't enough. The government needs to make sure that illegal loggers and land grabbers actually stay on the correct side of it. But still, we've got a huge step forward for a community whose entire position is we'd quite like to live here in the forest where we've always lived without being bothered by everyone else. So maybe we should keep that in mind when we talk about the Amazon. I mean, yeah, we need to consider carbon, biodiversity, timber, climate change, but we should also consider it is people's homes. So today's reason that everything's fine probably is that after 27 years of waiting, the Kawahaiva are finally one signature away from having their home officially recognised and protected. And for once, the good news from the Amazon isn't we've found something we can take from it, it's that we're finally getting better at leaving something and some people where they belong. So I'll see you next time for another reason why everything's fine, probably.